Dear viewer, hello, welcome to an exclusive interview brought to you by Capuchin TV in partnership with Caritas Microfinance Bank, as we have another exciting conversation with Caritas Microfinance Bank representative. And today we're going to be talking about how Caritas is empowering our farmers and value chain sector actors through our innovative agribusiness financial solutions. And of course, we shall be engaging in this conversation to dive in and see how they are helping our farmers by giving them sources and resources, ensuring they have the tools, resources, funding they need to thrive in today living. And while joining me, we have a Caritas Microfinance Bank representative, that is Mr. Wilson Duty, and of course he will be saying hello to all of you as he introduces himself, what he does at Caritas Microfinance Bank, and as we go on with the conversation. And if you'd love to be part of this exciting journey of agribusiness, please do reach out to us on 0717 424 866, or you can use the SMS number that is 21760. Welcome to the discussion. A very good morning to you, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you so much.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yes.
Please say hello to the viewer. Kindly introduce yourself and tell us what you do here at Caritas.
Okay. Good morning to all the viewers. My name is Wilson Duty. I am the relationship manager in charge of agribusiness. I support the bank in championing agribusiness products. The product has been in existence for the last 3 years. We started the agribusiness segment in the year 2021, and we have seen tremendous growth and empowerment of our farmers for the last 3.5 years. And I'm glad to share what we have done so far with the farmers and what we also intend to do going forward. Yes.
Thank you very much for that introduction. And to begin with, could you kindly give us an overview state of agribusiness in our country?
Okay. Agriculture, or agribusiness for that matter, is a very important sector in our country. It is one of the major sectors that drive the economy of the country. At the moment, agribusiness constitutes to around 33% to national GDP. So it is a very important sector. Of the many sectors that we have in our country, only one sector, agriculture or agribusiness for that matter, contributes more than a third to national GDP. So it is a very important sector. In addition, agribusiness employs around 70% of the national population. So when you take 10 people, about 7 of them are actively engaged in agriculture, and that is a very significant number. And when you go to the rural areas, majority of the people in those areas are basically farmers. So it's a very important segment, and also contributes a lot, about 35%, to the raw materials that we consume in our industries. Not forgetting that it is the major source of food for human beings and also for livestock. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson, for that overview insight on the agribusiness state in our country. And I understand that Caritas Microfinance Bank is one of the fastest growing microfinance bank in Kenya, and again are the best bank in digital solutions as well. And now today, since we are having a conversation on agribusiness, on agriculture,
yes,
let's talk about microfinance bank being the best in agriculture and livestock finance at the Think Business Awards in 2024. Please, can you share the factors behind these achievement for you and milestone for the Caritas Microfinance Bank, fraternity?
Yes, as you said, Caritas Microfinance Bank is the leading bank in terms of agriculture and livestock financing. And in the recently concluded, I think, big awards, the bank has made a deliberate move to target farmers, and our approach is basically looking at the entire value chain, looking at all the players that transition movement of an agricultural produce, all the way from the production cycle, or from the production level, all the way to the end user. So by so doing, we are able to be inclusive by ensuring that at the production level, when the farmer is doing the production, the farmer knows where to take the product. Unlike earlier on, where farmers could produce without knowing where to sell. And that has also allowed us to ensure that at any point a farmer does production, the end point is known. And that has allowed us to empower a lot of producers, because if it is a farmer at the farm level, when you are producing, there is already an off-taker waiting to off-take that product. There is already a transporter who is available to transport that product. There is always a ready aggregator to aggregate that product. And therefore, we are able to ensure that everybody along the value chain is put in a place where they support each other to ensure that the entire value chain is functional. And that, I think that is what has allowed us to be where we are currently. Yes.
Wow, congratulations for that as you continue to, make sure that empower livelihoods and communities as well, just from your tagline, that is Caritas Microfinance Bank to Imarisha Jamii.
Yes.
And you can clearly tell that you've been doing that, and congratulations for the good work that you're doing for the community.
Thank you.
Yes, and as you continue with the conversation, I understand that you are at the forefront of providing communities, your customers, with financial literacy. Could you kindly tell us about financial programs on the literacy, particularly on the agribusiness?
Yes, we are conducting a lot of financial literacy across all banking customers, but specifically for agriculture, we are working at educating our farmers, especially on investment, because it would not make sense you are financing a customer to do a project, but the customer is not well educated. So before even we go to a point of financing the customers, we take them through financial literacy in terms of allowing them to make sound investment decisions in terms of farming. That is when to do the production, which market to target, which crop or which animal to produce at a certain level, including record keeping for purposes of helping them to understand if they are making money or they are making losses. And we're also working with other partners that are also giving us the support towards financial literacy. And therefore, when we do the financing, we are quite sure that the customers are able to put the funds into the right purposes and into the right use, and that ensures that the output and the outcome of the finances that we are giving to the farmers are put to profitable uses. Yes.
Okay. And that's why, Capuchin, we are bringing you this conversation and we bring you these topics on Monday to ensure that we help you as Capuchin TV with a partnership with Caritas Microfinance Bank to make informed decisions when it comes to managing your finances.
Yes.
Well, and maybe a person who is watching us, they might ask themselves, why is it important for Caritas Microfinance Bank to have these financial literacy programs to even farmers? Why is it important?
It is very important to have these programs because, first of all, you find that most of our farmers are people, I would call them the advanced in age, and you find that most of them are not familiar with the social media platforms where a lot of information is provided in terms of agribusiness. And therefore we take this personalized literacy to them to close the gap by ensuring that where they cannot get information through the social media and the other platforms, we are able now to take it personally to them to close the gap that exists because of the various factors. You also find that in most rural areas, there is a gap in knowledge in terms of even production, even the extension services. Currently, you find there are a lot of gaps, and therefore you find farmers are not accessing information that is required for them to do the right production, to do the right investments, and therefore by conducting financial literacy, we are able to close that gap that is existing currently. Yes.
Beautiful. And as we move on with our conversation today, could you kindly tell us what are some of the products or services that Caritas Microfinance Bank offer to the retailer, the farmers?
Caritas Microfinance Bank is offering a wholesale of products to the farmers. The first product we are offering to the farmers is the transactional component, where farmers are able to do the normal banking, depositing, and withdrawals, and we are giving them platforms. The first one being a bank account where they are able to get their payments. For example, if you supply milk to a certain dairy farm, that dairy farm is able to pay you through that account, and therefore it allows a farmer to have a record, unlike where you get cash where you cannot have a record. The second component we are giving farmers is mobile banking. We have a platform called Caritas Pay. That is a platform that allows farmers to transact at their comfort at home. They are able to deposit their money to their account. They are able to withdraw their money from their account to their mobile phones, and therefore it makes it convenience for them and also saves time and cost. You realize farmers are very, very busy people and very engaged at the farm, and therefore they do not have a lot of time to move. Given that platform, they are able to transact at home, at the farm, and it allows them to spend a lot of time taking care of their crops, taking care of their animals. We also have agency banking that we are offering to the farmers, that is taking the banking services closer to them. You find that at a time a farmer may want to transact more and maybe to withdraw more money or to deposit more money, and maybe the mobile platform may not be working at a certain time because of maybe downtime or so. They are able to now move to the next shopping center to do transactions through their agents. And finally is the financial support that we give them in form of loans to expand their farming activities. Yes.
Okay, just to add on whatever you mentioned during the introduction part, agriculture is the backbone of Kenya's economy, contributing actually to 30% to the country's GDP, as you mentioned, and employing more than 40% of the total population. But as well, we also see that farmers are faced with challenges such as finances. Could you kindly tell us what Caritas Microfinance Bank is doing to help and to make sure that these farmers out there, they are able to thrive and they don't have any challenges, they can be able to overcome them?
Caritas Microfinance Bank has a special product for farmers. The product is called Imarisha Kilimo, from our tagline, Tuimarisha Jamii. So we also Imarisha Wakulima. So the product finances various purposes. First is working capital. You find farmers require working capital to do their day-to-day running activities. For example, a farmer would need money to buy animal feeds. And therefore, Imarisha Kilimo product provides that product to ensure that the day-to-day running activities of the farm are catered for. We also provide farm development within the Imarisha Kilimo product. You'll find a farmer who wants to do a construction for livestock, for example, to construct a modern dairy zero grazing unit. We are also able to finance for that purpose. You'll also find a farmer who wants to invest in transport, a farmer who is doing, for example, horticulture farming. After harvest, a farmer may want to take the produce to the market himself or herself. So we provide asset finance within the Imarisha Kilimo product. Therefore, a farmer can get a pickup that will allow transportation of the farm produce to the market. We also offer finances for expansion. For example, if a farmer wants to buy land for agricultural purposes or for even residential purposes, we also offer finances for that purposes. And finally, we also offer finances for socio-economic purposes. A farmer who wants to pay school fees, for example, we are able to finance school fees, and the farmer now is able to concentrate in the farm while the students are at school doing their academic work. Yes.
All right, and when it comes to money, so many people get curious, and such that you mentioned. And I remember we had a conversation on how Caritas Microfinance Bank is also empowering, education through giving out these loans and finances that the parents also need. Yes. And you mentioned that a parent can be able to get a loan and to, ensure that they support their daughters, their sons, for them to go back to school. What is the process and the requirements for that?
Actually, it's a very simple thing. We just need to look at the customers' incomes, and once the incomes are supportive of the application, we require the customer to provide the fees structure for the student, and based on the fee structure, we are able to finance the entire school fees for the whole year, and we pay directly to the school to ensure that the money has been used for school fees purposes. And therefore the farmer now is left paying the loan slowly. Then if the year ends, the farmer still needs school fees for the following year, the same process. we follow the same process. Yes.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. And thank you very much, Mr. Wilson, for sharing those beautiful insights. And we have had a great discussion so far, and I'm enjoying, and I hope, for you too, dear viewer, you're also getting a lot from whatever Caritas Microfinance Bank is doing to empower the community. And we're going to take a very short break, but when you come back, we shall continue with our conversation just to see, maybe able to get more details on how they are doing these or any partnership or collaboration that they have as they support the agribusiness sector. And in case you have any question to Wilson, please do that on 0717-424-866, or you can use the SMS number that is 21760, and we will be reading your feedback after the break. Stay tuned for that. Interview right here at Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters, and joining me is Wilson Duty, who is the relationship manager at Caritas Microfinance Bank on agribusiness financing. And in case you are joining us right now, our conversation is about empowering our farmers and value chain actors through innovative agribusiness financial solutions. And we've been able to engage on the state of agribusiness in our country, and as we move on how Caritas Microfinance Bank is empowering agribusiness, and farmers. And so welcome back, Mr. Wilson, for the second part of this interview.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you very much for sharing such beautiful insights on our first part as we continue to engage with our conversation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and we've been able to highlight some of the challenges and how Caritas Microfinance Bank is empowering farmers. But let's talk about the young people. Where does the youth fall when it comes to Caritas Microfinance Bank helping the young people? Those are the Gen Zs, because we understand the young people they're very energetic to be sure. And maybe you can tell us on what are some of the services and how are you empowering young people in agribusiness?
Okay. Caritas Microfinance Bank is very keen on supporting the youth because they also form the major part of our population. And considering the fact that most of the youths are also have finished their education and they do not have formal employment, and therefore agribusiness becomes an alternative for them to make income. And we have seen many youths engaging in agribusiness, and Caritas is also not left behind in ensuring that the youths also benefit from the services that we are providing to them. For instance, we have a special product that targets youth and women, and within the Imarisha Kilimo product. So we are able to support the youths who are engaged, already engaged in agribusiness, and those who have projects that they wish to start within the agribusiness sector. Therefore, what we are doing with this product is that we are targeting specific value chains that we feel are very important and very supportive to the youth. And the major value chain that we are looking at is dairy, followed by poultry, horticulture, pig farming, and initiatives around green energy financing. So through the Imarisha Kilimo product, we have managed to finance a lot of youths in those value chains to do their production, and also linking them to the markets for those products. For instance, under dairy production, we are working very closely with the dairy farms that are of taking milk from the youths, and therefore whenever they are able to produce the milk, there is a ready market for them. We are also working with other partners like Meat Choice and Farmers Choice in pig farming, and a lot of youths are benefiting in that area because they are able to do pig farming and sell directly and get their income very easily. Also, a lot of youths are engaged in modern agricultural farming, like hydroponic farming, that is to do with the horticulture, and they have come for support to do the installations for the hydroponics, and thus allowing them to do their production very easily. And you find that most youths do not have collaterals for security for loans, and therefore we are very, very flexible. We are able to include their guardians or their parents as co-borrowers in terms of maybe being guarantors, because a youth may not be able to provide a logbook or maybe a title for that matter as security. But with the security that the parent or the guardian is aware of what the youth is doing, gives us comfort as a bank that the youth is focused and the youth is able to be supported for those purposes. Yes.
Okay. And I was just, paying attention now when you were talking about, especially for the dairy farmers. And I understand that Caritas Microfinance Bank in Limuru, you have a project that you are helping these dairy farmers around that area to, make sure that they get somewhere to take their milk at.
Yes. We have a dairy farm called Caritas Daily that is based in Limuru, covering the entire Kiambu County and lower Nyandarua County. And we are supporting currently supporting over 2,000 farmers that are supplying milk to Caritas Daily. And the project is big because the target is to reach the 10,000 mark. Farmers supplying milk to Caritas Daily, and therefore you find that those farmers are able to supply milk at stable prices. You find that the market prices fluctuate so much based on demand and supply, but for Caritas Daily, because our tagline is to Imarisha Jamii, And the idea is to support the farmers by ensuring that we provide a price that is competitive in the market, factoring all the issues in the market. And therefore, our price mostly, you find that it is always higher compared to other commercial dairies. Because for us, it's not more of commercial, but more of empowerment. Yes.
What a beautiful way Caritas Microfinance Bank is doing to empower the farmers out there in our society. And let's talk about the green financing involvement, of which you had mentioned about it.
Yes.
But now, could you kindly elaborate further to the viewer, maybe to the person who is joining us right now?
Yes.
And you can tell us more about it.
Green, the world is going green. And if you listen to internationally, if you listen locally, every development partner or every development organization is looking at ways of ensuring that we do environmental conservation. And therefore, Caritas Microfinance Bank is also taking the leading line in ensuring that we conform to what the world is talking about. And therefore we are doing so much in green financing. The major component of our green financing is to do around dairy farming. And the major component we are looking at is installation of biogas systems for the farmers. And any farmer that has a minimum of 2 dairy cows can easily install a biogas system. And therefore, in our financial literacy model that we are doing to the farmers, we are also doing a lot of education in terms of educating farmers on green going green. And that means we are able to finance farmers to install greenhouses, biogas systems, for purposes of ensuring that we move away from the use of charcoal as a source of energy, doing away with the use of firewood as a method of cooking, and adopting biogas as a source of energy for both cooking and for lighting. In addition to that, we are also supporting farmers in installation of solar systems. You find that even electricity is becoming very expensive to our farmers because of their limited resources. By installing solar systems for them, they are able to save a lot in terms of energy, because they are able to use solar systems for lighting. We have also seen farmers doing solar systems for milking, solar systems for other home purposes, including use of solar systems for maybe providing energy for television purposes. And therefore we are able to save so much in terms of saving our forests where farmers are not able to are able to plant trees. For instance, we are financing farmers to do we call them the woodlots, planting trees around their farms, and we have seen a lot of farmers doing that, and in the long run those trees also become a source of income for the farmers. Yes.
Okay. Well, and I remember a quote by Thomas Jefferson. He said that agriculture is our wisest pursuit because it will end and contribute most real wealth, good morals and happiness. And by providing these services as Caritas Microfinance Bank, you'll make sure that the customers, the farmers are very happy even to continue thriving on their daily activities.
Yes.
All right. Please do tell us on that, because you were able to mention during the conversation some of the partnership that you have. Could you kindly tell us what a role does this partnership and collaboration play in ensuring that Caritas Microfinance Bank provide effectiveness to ensuring that our farmers and agribusiness are financing?
Partners are very important in any organization. You find that, for example, Caritas Microfinance Bank, we are specialists in financing. You find that we lack capacities that other institutions, other partners have. And therefore, the real reason that we engage partners is to leverage on each other's strengths. Because, for instance, you find that farmers require training in terms of extension services, the modern production methods. The bank may lack that capacity to offer that kind of training. And therefore, the partners that we work with come in hand to provide that capacity building purpose to the farmers. And that gives us an advantage, because when we are engaging the farmers, we are engaging the farmers that already capacitated in the various areas that the bank has no capacity to or has limited capacity to impart to those farmers. For instance, where we are talking about green financing, as a bank we are able to finance the farmers to do the biodigester systems, but we do not have the capacity to construct. Therefore, we engage partners that have the capacity to do the construction of those biogas systems, and therefore we are able to leverage on the partners' ability to provide quality biogas systems and to the benefit of the farmers. The other thing is partners who are able to, as I said, to provide other information like extension services. We are financing dairy farmers, but at Caritas we do not have veterinary officers, for example. And therefore we work with other partners that have veterinary officers that will go on to provide the veterinary services to the farmers at a subsidized price and at a quality level. And therefore we are able to leverage on the strengths of each other for the benefit of the farmers. Yes.
Okay. And I can see the viewers are engaging with us on our conversation. Just to give some big shout out to the people who are following the conversation, and of course some questions for you, Wilson. Get ready for that.
Yes.
And then we have Sir Henry Ayora from Bugita watching. Thank you very much, Henry. We have Hi Capuchin TV show iko sawa na wasikiza nikiwa Shamahoho. Nikiwa nimetulia. That must be from the western side, right?
Shamahoho is in Kakamega.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
All right. Ni Makio wa Kisoko. Show iko fiti sana. Thank you very much. And we have a question here. Patrick Mkulima from Kiambu.
Yes.
Why don't you open a poultry industry for nyama ya kuku na mayai like the one you have for milk in Limuru? Interesting.
Okay, that's very interesting. You know, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So that is food for thought, and we will look into it and see if there's a possibility. And if there's a possibility, we may look it as a long-term as a long-term project. Yes.
Okay. All right, I will be looking forward to that.
Yes.
And thank you very much, Caritas Microfinance Bank, for playing such a vital role in boosting Kenya's agricultural sector and ensuring sustainability for the future. And talking about the future, maybe you can tell us what are the plans that Caritas Microfinance Bank have in future, such that we have a question you could tell from Mkulima from Kiambu, that is Patrick, on the poultry side of it, and maybe what are some of the innovations that you have set aside and looking forward to supporting and continuing supporting the farmers?
Yeah, I would say that Caritas Microfinance Bank is also looking into the future. And as I said earlier, Caritas Microfinance Bank is focusing on value chain financing. And therefore, the future is value chain financing, because you cannot finance a farmer without looking at the end. And therefore, the focus of the bank is value chain financing, to ensure that every player that takes part in the transition of an agribusiness produce is taken care of. And that ensures that every person along the value chain is supported. The other area that we are looking at is strengthening the youth product. Having just been faced with the youths going to the streets, airing their issues, lack of jobs and so on, Caritas Microfinance Bank, through the agribusiness department, we are working at developing a special product now away from the Imarisha Kilimo product to target the youths, because through the listening that we have been having, engaging the youths have a lot of ideas. The only thing they lack is the support. So we are in the process of developing a special product for the youth, targeting all the value chains and making it easy for the youths to access the financial services, including funding, considering that most of them have just come away from school. They do not own anything, and therefore flexibility for that matter would also allow them to be onboarded. The other thing is also focusing on women. You know, women are the strengths of households, and therefore if you strengthen a household, you are also strengthening a household. And therefore the focus is also on onboarding and strengthening women in agribusiness. As I said, you go to the rural areas, 70% of the population are farmers. Among the 70% population, majority of them, you'll find that they are the women that are taking care of the animals, taking care of the crops, and therefore our future is also focusing on the women to ensure that we strengthen them and we allow them to have reliable sources of income. And finally is strengthening the green financing aspect to ensure that all aspects around green financing are taken care of. Yes.
Okay. And not forgetting that Caritas also are empowering the boy child with the Beacon Boys, as well as you look forward to supporting the women in the society.
Yes.
Well, maybe for a person who is watching us and they would love to have some piece of advice when it comes to supporting and ensuring that they continue with their daily farming activities, what advice would you lay out to all those farmers out there?
I would welcome all the farmers to Caritas Microfinance Bank. Caritas Microfinance Bank is a household bank that adds value to all. And when we say we are a household bank, it means we take seriously a household, because before anybody moves out, you start from a household. A household has a man, a household has a woman, a household has children, and therefore our focus is on households, and therefore mine is to welcome all people to Caritas Bank. Caritas Bank is flexible enough to include every farmer, regardless of your size, whether you are very small, whether you are small, whether you are big. We are able to work with all of you, and therefore we welcome all of you. We have special products for small-scale farmers. We have special products for large-scale farmers, and therefore we are a household bank that accommodates all the farmers. Yes.
Wow. It has been a rewarding conversation today, hearing on how Caritas Microfinance Bank is empowering farmers out there and chain actors through providing these financial solutions from the small scale farmers to the large scale farmers as well. So thank you very much, and may God bless you to continue playing this vital role to supporting the community and making sure that the community, that is the Jamii, continues to thrive. So thank you very much, Wilson, for also joining us and to help our viewers by sharing these beautiful insights to them as they look forward to the future. And mine is to say thank you to all of you who were making sure that you're following this conversation that was coming to you live from Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters on how it is empowering the farmers, value chain actors through innovative agribusiness financial solutions. Thank you very much. My name is Maureen Kimani, and to say thank you to all the Capuchin TV team that was behind the scene, starting with Venanzio Nganga, Eric Otieno, Sarah Njiru, we have Anthony Mulama, and not forgetting Peter Mwangi on the other side of the studio. Thank you very much, and of course to Caritas Microfinance Bank team as well, and to you, Wilson, for laying those beautiful insights as well. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Have a blessed Monday.
Thank you.